Hello everyone and welcome to Hadoop Learning Center. Today we are going to see how to install the Hive latest version in Hadoop 2.x. So this is the continuation of our previous session where we have already seen how to install Hadoop 2. Let's move forward and let's get started to see how to install Hive on the same Hadoop. Now we do have a VM which we had recently installed. Let me just maximize it. Now what we have done is we have prepared a very good document. All you need to do is just follow my document step by step and I'm sure you'll be able to set up Hive very easily. So we assume that you already have your Hadoop 2.7 installed with Java 1.8. Let's get started with Google. I'll go to my VM and let me open the browser window. Okay, so let's say google.com. All right, now let me type Hive download. Click on the very first link. Click on download a release now. You can choose any of this mirror site. Let me choose the first one. Now these are the varieties of Hive which can be downloaded. So as we can see, the latest one is Hive 2.1.0. If you are interested, you can download any other previous version also, but we will go with Hive 2.1.0. Let me click on this. Now we have binary.tar.gz and we have source.tar.gz. We need to download the binary tar.gz. Let me click on this and it's get downloaded automatically. Okay, so now what I'll do is let me just copy the link of this. I've copied the link location. Let me just paste it here for the time being. Okay, now this is basically a mirror which may get changed, like the address may get changed at any time. Like after 1 month, if you try to look into the same link, it may not be accessible to you. But we have a global mirror given by Apache. What you do is you just copy till here and go to the browser, paste. Okay, now this is basically a repository where you can find all the softwares from Apache, not only Hive, but you can find Hadoop, Pig, Scoop, Maven, and etc. So this is a central place where you can see all the softwares which are released by your Apache Hadoop. Now we are interested in Hive, so let's go to Hive. I'll click on this. Now we are also into the same place, but this link is a global link and then it does not change very frequently. After 6 months also, if you visit this Apache Messi, you'll still find the latest software here. So this link is much more reliable than the previous one. So let me take Hadoop 2.1.0. okay, and let me copy this link, copy link location, and let me paste it here. So this link and this links are same. Okay, so I was just trying to explain you how to get access to this link. Tomorrow if you want to install Pig, then go to the same place, look for Pig, and then install the latest version of Pig, and so on. Now once you get this link, all you need to do is download it and save it to your Ubuntu system. But let's try to do everything from your Linux terminal because that makes more sense. Now what we will do, we will go to this SD user folder. Click on this. Okay, this is called as the SD user home. Now here let's create a folder called ecosystem. You can create it from here. Okay, otherwise you could create it from the terminal also. We are here and let's go to home. This is my terminal, so let me delete it from here. Let's try to do everything from this place. I'll say mkdir ecosystem. Done. So a folder got created. Let's move inside it. I'll say cd ecosystem. Okay, so we went inside this. Now let's try to download the Hive latest version directly into this location. Okay, so if you are using the command prompt, if you are using the Linux terminal, then you can use wget command followed by your URL link to get the software installed into your system. Right click and say paste, hit enter, wait for some time. Alright, so we have successfully downloaded this Apache Hive 2.1.0. So we have successfully downloaded Hive latest version. Let's try to unzip it. Now the command would be this. Just copy this command and make sure that tomorrow if you have Hive 2.1.1 or Hive 2.2, then you make the changes appropriately in every places. Say paste, hit enter. It is unzipping the file. So once the file is unzipped, you can happily delete this tar.gz. So the command would be, you can say rm apache.tar.gz. Done, deleted. Let's move to the next. Now let's create a symbolic link for this Hive. Why do you want that? Because now the folder name is Apache Hive 2.1.0-bin. Now if you want to change to this directory, basically you would write something like cd apache. You need to write the whole path, and I just want to refer to this Apache Hive by just a nickname called Hive. Okay, I don't want to type every time Apache -hive 2.1.0 bin. I always want to do something like cd space hive, cd ... going back to the same place. So for that you need to create a symbolic link. Okay, that means a kind of shortcut. Copy this command, say paste, enter, done. Now see, we have created a shortcut of this. The shortcut name is Hive. Now onwards you can just say cd hive ls. Let me go back, cd ... cd apache ls. Both means the same thing now, because we have just created a shortcut or a nickname for this Hive. Next, now once you are done with this, all you need to do is edit your bashrc file and tell the bashrc file where is your Hive located. So copy this command, Ctrl L. Let me go back, although you can execute this from anywhere. Say paste, enter, scroll down till the end. Okay, so here press I to come into the insert mode. Alright, and then just copy these two lines, right click and say paste, escape, :wq, write and quit. Done. Let's move to the next. Now Hive uses Hadoop, so make sure that your Hadoop is configured properly, and then you start your Hadoop cluster if they are not running. So how do you know that whether your Hadoop is running or not? Just say jps. Alright, so nothing is running now. So how to start your Hadoop cluster? You can use start all.sh, but it is deprecated. So you can also use start dfs.sh or start yarn.sh. Even if you use start all.sh, it will still work. So let's do that. Let's start our Hadoop cluster. Alright, I say Ctrl L. Let me execute the other command, starting the yarn servers. Done. Let me say jps. So you should see at least this 5 processes running: data node, name node, secondary name node, node manager, and resource manager. Alright, let's move to the next. Now you need to create the temporary directory and the warehouse folder which will be used by your Hive when you work with Hive. The warehouse folders and the temp Hive folders are all created on SDFS. So we'll copy these commands and let's execute them one by one. This will create the warehouse folder for us. This will create /temp Hive folder. This will give all the permissions to the temp folder. This will give all the permissions to the warehouse folder. And this will give all the permissions to your temp Hive folder. Alright. Now when you have installed your Hive, the Hive contains the library folder, and under that library folder you will find log4j sl4j impl.jar. Now similar jar file is also available in the Hadoop 2 library folders. So when you try to launch your Hive, it gets confused to pick up which jar file, the Hadoop supplied jar file or the Hive supplied jar file, and then you'll get some error. You'll get the error like this: class path contains multiple SL4J for bindings. So in order to avoid this, I will suggest you to go to the Hive library folder and delete the log4j. Okay, so first of all, let's navigate to that place. We'll go to ecosystem, we'll go to Hive, we'll go to library. Okay, now here you need to look for log4j sl4j impl. Here we go, log4j sl4j impl 2.4.1.jar. So make sure that you delete the appropriate version. Okay, so our document is good as per our distributions. Copy this, right click and say paste. This should go off. Done. So it got deleted. Alright, now once this step is over, next thing what you need to do is you need to tell your Hive that you want to make Derby as your default metastore. In the previous versions they were by default supported, but in case of Hive 2.1.0 you need to tell that I want to use a Derby database in this metastore. Although the Derby database is by default provided by Hive, but you at least have to inform the Hive. Now copy this command and just say paste. Now when this command gets executed, it will automatically create the metastore folder in your current working directory. If you remember, in case of your Hive 1.2.x or any 1.x version, this process was optional. So when you say Hive, automatically the very first time it used to create your metastore_db. Okay, but in this case, if you don't use this schema tool option, if you don't initialize your schema and say that I'm going to use Derby, then it still creates this metastore_db folder, but it will not be able to initialize it properly and your Hive will never work. Now once this is done, you should get this kind of message and then you can happily say Hive. Alright, now there is a warning which says Hive on MapReduce is deprecated in Hive 2. So the Hive version whatever we are using, it is basically a future version of Hive which will run mostly on Apache Spark or Tej. So it's saying Hive on MapR is deprecated. That means you should not use it, but that's fine if you use it only for your practice purpose. Okay, now let me do one thing. Let me show you what happens if you just launch Hive directly. I'll close this, close terminal. Let me delete my metastore. Done. Now in our Hive 1.2.1, all we used to do was open a terminal and then just say Hive, and it used to automatically create the Metastore DB. Here also it will do the same, but it will somehow fail to initialize the Metastore very properly, and then you'll get some exception. Okay, now look into this. It says the Hive Metastore database is not initialized. Please use the schema tool. For example, schema tool, init schema db type equal to derby or something like that to create your schema. Okay, so we understood the solution. The solution is you just first you initialize your schema and then you activate your Hive terminal. Now this completes your installation. Once you are inside your Hive, you can create your tables, employee tables, and perform some operations, load the data into it. So you delete the Metastore files again, and then again you try to run your schema first. Let this tool generate the Metastore folders, and then you launch your Hive. Alright, it's done. Now you can happily launch your Hive. Now let's try to create a very simple table called employee. We'll create a table called employee. Okay, so the table employee has got this structure: employee name, employee job, boss, hire date, and so on. Created. Let's go and create a file. Copy this. Let me open another terminal. Let me say vim employee data.txt. Insert mode I. Right click and say paste. Escape. :wq. Save and quit. Next, let's load the data into Hive table, whatever we have created so far. Okay, so let's load the data into the Hive table. I'll say paste, enter. The data is getting loaded. Now you can say select star from employee table. You got the entire records. Why are you getting this null? Because of the empty lines. Why are you getting here all the nulls? Because of the space issues, which we will discuss later. Okay, now let's execute some sort of complex query. Not too much complex, but at least somewhat better. Let's try to find out the employee with the highest salary. Okay, so we're just trying to find out the employee who gets the highest salary in the organization. Alright, so finally we got the output. Okay, so that's all for today. We have seen how to install Hive on Hadoop and how to create a simple tables and run a simple query on that. Thank you all and have a nice time.